Beautiful. So I've been doing a lot of looking at Kundalini Energy and how to use Kundalini Energy for different ways of being, like just how to move it through your body. What is it? What does it feel like? What kind of feelings can you activate using this energy? And other things like that. And so, first off, the first thing that I noticed is that the Kundalini energy is something that actually needs to be developed, and it needs to be it really needs to be actively worked on in order for it to like work the way that you want it to work. So basically, like, when you're going to use this energy for is literally anything that you want. So what I use it for personally is to feel a sense of connectedness to everything, and then also for energy. So like you can actually like tap into this source of energy using the Kundalini energy as like a guide, and then you can project that energy out of your crown, and you can actually, through that channel, you can pull energy directly from the sun and from just the earth, like just by grounding yourself like with your feet. And what else? So the first thing that I wanted to know was what is Kundalini energy? And it took about a year of practice every single day, saving sexual energy by doing that whole or 1 year no fap kind of deal, which we're gonna see how that goes. It's been like, I don't know, a month and a half or 2 months or something, like anywhere between that, with that whole thing. So I feel actually like I really don't ever have any sexual desires anymore when it comes down to really almost anything. Like, I still feel attraction to people, but it's mostly like green ray energy. Like it's only like unconditionally loving them for who they are, and it's actually very beautiful because I can see past a lot of different things that I was able to see or wasn't able to see before. But that's one of the biggest things, is actually that the Kundalini energy is linked to your sexual energy. So the more that you save that in yourself, the more that you'll actually have to work with. And the first thing that I have to say is that the energy is stored in the base of your spine. So that means that where it's going to come from is going to be from the base of your spine up, all the way up your crown. So you're gonna first feel it as like a tingling sensation, maybe like a lot of people would perceive it as horniness. There's like it's like a sensation that starts in your like pelvic slash like right underneath your tailbone, and then that kind of tinglish energy will move into your sacral, and then that's when most people mistake it. And then if you're able to save that energy and move it upward again before like releasing the energy, then you can actually move it up into your solar plexus and use it to like brighten your mood or make yourself feel better. And it really makes you feel like a boost of self-confidence. And then also the sun is really good for opening your solar plexus, and then you can still keep visualizing it going up, and then you can actually basically radiate energy into your heart by using that Kundalini energy, and then circling it around your body and back into your heart using visualization. Okay, so basically back to the thing. What is it? Kundalini energy is basically life force prana mixed with like kind of like the radiant, like that radiant quality of light, but without the visual light, unless you really have the eyes to see it. But it's basically like it gives you that radiant quality that light does, and like the sun, like that glowing sensation that you hear about with people. A lot of that is because their Kundalini energy is active and it's flowing very well through their system. And so yeah, it's about a little bit about what Kundalini energy is. It's also it also spirals, so like it's gonna actually do it in a clockwise fashion, and then start from here, and then it's gonna spiral up. And that's why you can kind of shoot the energy out and around, or up and above and around your body, and then kind of like make it go through your heart over and over again. And that actually makes you feel a sense of very strong connection and love. And then moving that energy into the throat area, good way to do that is to like do these stretches on your throat and feel this whole area stretch out, and just go like this. You just do it around your whole neck, and just do that for like 45 seconds, and you'll feel much better in this area. And also that can help to prevent like any kind of like infections or anything like that in your throat as well. And that also has a lot to do with your diet and everything like that, but that's for a different topic. The third eye is going to be like a buzzing sensation. Like it's going to be like, once it starts to activate a lot, it's going to feel like your entire body is vibrating like super hard, and it's going to feel like your consciousness is about to shoot out of your body, because it is. And that's using your third eye to astral project and to move your consciousness into different places. But when that happens, it's very frightening for some people, because it literally will like when you're laying there, your whole body will be like vibrating like way harder than what a phone would feel. Like it feels like almost like there's an earthquake going on around you, whenever it's actually your own body that's vibrating like that. And it's a very weird sensation, and it can cause a lot of people to jump and be like, oh, you know. What else? Okay, so what is it? Why do we need to use it? You really, like, technically you don't. It lays dormant in most people. You would really want to use it for your own benefit and for the benefit of others. So basically to be able to serve others better and to serve yourself better. And by serving them better, what I mean is to be able to come to them in the love that they need, rather than in whatever you want, like that energy. Because a lot of people, when they come to people, they're looking for something from them. And my goal is to go to people without any agenda whatsoever, and to see them for who they actually are. And that's something I really work on in myself, to try to do a lot. And it really helps me to feel good about myself, and it helps me to like always feel like every interaction that I have with everybody is just a fantastic interaction, because going into it just wanting to get to know them as a person, and instead of trying to get something from them, is literally one of the best ways to get to know somebody. But that's like the unconditional love energy and stuff like that. But with that energy also, though, is linked to the Kundalini energy, because that loving quality, that green ray energy, is also connected to that orange ray energy, which is used in sexual intercourse and stuff like that. And when those two energies work together, they actually like make your solar plexus open more. So like, but that's only if you've already opened your heart, because like if you haven't been able to see the unity of everything, or that everybody is part of you or one, then most likely your heart is not completely active, or it's just lying dormant, and you're most likely staying in your lower 3 chakras all the time. But you should know whether or not you've at least opened your heart before, because it's literally like one of the most, well, maybe you shouldn't, I don't know. Like, it's like basically like, imagine just looking at everything and just like weeping over how beautiful everything is, like just like for like hours on end. Like that's what it feels like for your heart to open, and then it just gets deeper and deeper from there, and just gets more and more like intense. And I've had it to heart chakra activation so powerful that like I was crying for like 2 hours straight, like tears of absolute joy, and I literally soaked my entire shirt, and I was like, I could barely breathe, because I was like like I was just like, literally it was better than any orgasm I've ever had in my entire life. And just from music and just like being in the moment and just enjoying the feelings. which is amazing. And that's the Kundalini energy coming up and then radiating out of your heart. And it wasn't particularly that much of a third eye experience. It was all heart based. So it was literally just my heart just melting, and it felt so good. And I look at that, and that's like one of the best experiences I've ever had. And but I keep having them more and more and more often, which is amazing. And the more I open my heart, the more I can just walk outside and just start weeping at the beauty of everything, and just really feel that loving energy around, even in these weird times that we're going through. And that's another benefit of the Kundalini energy, is that you can really get past all of this depressive stuff and move into your own reality, and really build your own reality as an architect rather than as a bot. And you can design anything that you want. And what's even more amazing, I'll keep moving, is that I almost lost my topic. It's whatever. Alright, well, we're still talking about Kundalini. So, another thing is that the Kundalini energy, when you start to feel it, what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to notice all these sensations physically in your body. And it's going to feel uncomfortable sometimes, because you'll start to get really, really empathic. And so like any weird thought forms that are around people or clouding people that are around you, and thought forms are anything like a negative thought pattern or something that's going on in their life that's very, very difficult for them. When you start becoming super empathic, what's going to happen is that you're going to pick that stuff up unconsciously, and sometimes consciously, and sometimes they're very, very strong, and strong enough for you to literally almost not be able to act as if it's not happening to you, because it is happening to you, but it's just because you were around a bunch of people who had not worked on themselves at all. And that can also lead to a lot of blame game and in your own self, and it can lead to denying your ego, basically, like taking all of your problems and then like pushing it off onto other people. And that's not what I'm like after right here. What I'm talking about is more of like literally the empathy that happens after this Kundalini awakenings, where you can legitimately like feel other people's feelings. Like it gets very, very powerful, like very, very powerful. But yeah, so the Kundalini, they called it the serpent. It lay dormant at the bottom of the spine. And the reason why they call it the serpent is because it spirals, and it slithers up your back, or your internal, like, you know, your energy body. And during all this stuff, you're also going to feel what's called like a light body activation. So your diet's going to end up wanting to change, and you're going to like as you start to eat differently and like cleanse your body and detoxify yourself, then you're going to move into this more feeling of like lightness. Like you literally feel light all the time, and then you like feel like energetic and like motivated and just really, really like just amazing, compassionate. I don't know, like it's just like it depends for the person, obviously, but like for me, I felt like massive compassion for everything. And like I don't know, it's just changed my entire perspective on everything, because like I didn't used to, when I was like, I don't know, like even within the past couple of years, until I experienced all this stuff, I didn't believe it. I didn't think it was real. And then all of it started happening to me, and I saw the unity of everything, and it's terrified me completely. And like I literally like freaked out and started having panic attacks all the time, and like couldn't figure out what was going on with me, because I felt like I was dying all the time. And it was because my ego was dying, and it was me just shedding my old skin, basically, just like the snake, how the Kundalini thing works. It's another thing, it's shedding the old ego identity and moving into your true higher self. And it's like the snake shedding its skin, and it's becoming bright and wonderful again, and how shiny they are after they do that. Molt. But yeah. Sounds like there's people. Maybe it's a deer. I've been seeing a lot of them lately. Kundalini Energy. Try to think of one more thing about it. So I got the empathy thing, and so basically, this is an electrical, like electromagnetic slash ethereal energy. So it feels electric sometimes, and sometimes it feels like pressure. Sometimes it feels like a pain. Sometimes it really, like, it depends on what the feeling is that you're feeling, but a lot of times it's linked to the energy body, and it's linked to the Kundalini energy getting stuck or blocked somewhere. And normally the pains and stuff that you feel is where you have blockages. And even like I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, you don't have a chakra down in your feet though, and it's like, no, but at the same time, your root is literally connected through your feet into the ground. So that is all part of your system. Like, the earth is a part of your system. Like, you are integrally connected to this earth, like, deeply. Like, you are literally, like, this earth, we are one living entity. Everything is. So, like, we're all connected deeply together, and this earth is a part of me and a part of you, and anything that is born here and lives here is the earth, and we will turn into the earth later, and you see, like, we're all one. Our consciousness after we die will move, because that's what it does, is it's always expanding and evolving. This is just a very, very short glimpse in time, in space, experience. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about this later. And this is more just like me trying to make a video about this whole Kundalini thing, because I was thinking about it. I may make another one, I don't know. But y'all have a wonderful day, and check out this beautiful water. Goodbye.